These comments by Michel Barnier that a deal could be done in 6 to 8 weeks will be very welcome news for the embattled Theresa May. And it's vindication that her summer strategy of going above his head, appealing directly to EU leaders, sometimes even dropping in on their summer holidays, as we saw with President Macron, was the right thing to do, because they in turn have put pressure on Brussels, and now their EU hardline negotiator has changed his tone, as we heard in that clip, now saying that if both sides are realistic, a deal could be done by early November. So we're also hearing reports that there may be another summit to get all of this signed off in the first few weeks of November. That gives them just about enough time to get everything sorted ahead of the 29th of March 2019, which is the Brexit date. So I think now markets and people around the world are seeing that there is possibly a roadmap set in place for Brexit to happen.
Now, Theresa May needs this deal, but does she have the room to maneuver to actually meet EU demands?
Well, I think what Theresa May has done here is spelled out to the other EU leaders the political reality. She's gone to Chancellor Merkel and President Macron and said, if you don't accept my Chequers plans, which are the softest possible plans that you are going to get out of the UK for Brexit, then I'm afraid I'm out of the job and you're going to have to deal with someone like Boris Johnson, a hardline Brexiteer. And I think in turn they have spelled out to Brussels that this has to be done. Brussels doesn't always get the political reality of situations, as we saw with David Cameron back in 2016 during the referendum. So I think they now know that this is the only option on the table and that they will have to move on it, and they will be able to bring the other EU 27 behind it seems, from Michel Barnier's comments. The problem now, though, for Theresa May is what happens here. Steve Baker, her former Brexit minister, came out yesterday and said that in this place, the House of Commons, some 80 Conservative MPs are willing to vote down her Chequers deal. Now, that could pull the rug out from underneath Theresa May, throw the whole Brexit process into deadlock and see her out of the job. And whilst there may be 80 votes willing to go against her Chequers plan, it doesn't seem yet that there are enough votes to try to remove her from the job. So Theresa May has this lifeline now from Europe. It'll give her more manoeuvre in her negotiations with Brussels to try to win back some more concessions, to try to sell it to her MPs here. But it's going to be, again, as we always keep saying, a difficult few weeks for Theresa May.